Are you struggling with a sports injury that just won't heal? Or are you worried that you won't get better in time for the next game or the rest of the season? In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 secret principles that only the top professional sports physical therapists know, principles that can help you recover faster and prevent injuries from coming back. Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Hahn, CEO and co-founder of HealthFit, Physical Therapy and Chiropractic. Over the last 15 years, I've worked with professional, youth, and recreational athletes. During my time with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Cirque du Soleil, and most recently, the Los Angeles Football Club, I've definitely seen my share of sports injuries. Whether it's a sprained ankle, a muscle strain, or chronic tendonitis, I've seen it all. And today, I'm excited to share these insider tips with you. I'm going to preface this by saying these are general recommendations and anything specific to your condition should be consulted with a medical professional. Tip number 1, understand your injury. Sports injuries generally fall into 2 different categories, acute and chronic. Acute injuries happen suddenly, like a sprain or a fracture. For instance, you jump and you land on someone else's foot, rolling your ankle. Chronic injuries, on the other hand, develop over time from repetitive motion, like tendonitis at the front of your knee. It usually starts off as something relatively small, but progressively gets worse if you don't take action. Recognizing the type of injury you have is crucial to choosing the right treatment and getting back to your activity safely. For acute injuries, the RICE method, rest, ice, compression, and elevation, is generally a good start. This helps control any excessive inflammation and protects the site of injury from further damage. Chronic injuries and the progression of your acute injuries requires a more nuanced approach, often focused on not only repairing the site of injury, but identifying and correcting underlying factors that led you to this injury in the first place. Tip number 2, follow a personalized sports rehab plan. Rehabilitation is like a roadmap to recovery. It starts with managing pain and swelling, followed by restoring movement, rebuilding strength, and improving flexibility and balance. The final goal is to get you back to peak performance. Your rehab plan should be customized to your sport, your position, and your specific needs. There are similarities in rehab processes of a football versus a baseball athlete, but there are also fine differences that, if addressed, can lead to even a better recovery. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. Personalization is key. Tip number 3, focus on strength and conditioning. Regaining strength isn't just about the injured area. It's about strengthening the surrounding muscles to provide better support and prevent future injuries. Start with isometric, concentric, and eccentric exercises, then progress to dynamic movements that mimic your sport. One of the biggest problems I see is that some professionals only get you strong enough for your daily activities. Part of the sports rehab process is understanding the true physiological demands of the activity you want to get back to. The goal is to get you back to full strength, or ideally, even stronger than before, so you can return to your sport with the utmost confidence. Tip number 4, don't neglect flexibility and range of motion. Flexibility is crucial for injury prevention. Begin with low-grade static stretches, then move on to dynamic stretches as you heal. This approach helps you maintain and gradually improve your range of motion. If you think about it, you can be the strongest person in the world, but if you don't have that flexibility to get into the necessary positions of your activity, you're going to be limited and injury prone. Tip number 5, train your proprioception and balance. Proprioception is your body's ability to sense its position in space and during certain movements. After an injury, retraining this sense through balance exercises is vital to preventing future injuries. More often than not, these systems may have needed help in the first place and may have contributed to your initial injury. As your proprioception improves, you will regain the quick, reflexive movements that keep you safe during competition. Tip number 6, prioritize nutrition and recovery. Your body needs the right fuel to heal. Focus on a balanced diet rich in proteins, healthy fats, and carbohydrates that can support your recovery. And don't forget the importance of sleep and hydration. They are critical for muscle repair and overall healing. Recovery doesn't stop when you leave the clinic. What you do off the field is just as important. Tip number 7, take care of your mental health and stay motivated. Sports injuries can be extremely mentally tough, but setting recovery goals, visualizing success, and staying connected with your team can help keep your spirits up. Whether your recovery will take a few weeks or a few months, each athlete has their own personal situation and perspective. An effective sports rehab professional will help you focus on the positives, but not neglect the internal struggles that you inevitably still have. Remember, your mind is a powerful tool in your recovery. Surround yourself with supportive people and keep your eye on the prize. Your recovery is just a step in your journey, not the end. If you're ready to take control of your sports injury and return to the activities that you love, give us a call or visit our website. Here at HealthFit, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Hey, if you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification for our latest tips coming to you every week. Share this video with your family and friends. It might just make their day a little bit better. I'll see you soon.